Hello there, whippersnappers, and welcome back. Today we are here at Woodcutter's Rest. Now please feel free to laugh at me as I try to say Outpost Outpost Zimonja? Zimonja. I don't know how you say that word. Anyway, that's where we are today. Now this place has been absolutely essential in Abe's efforts to rebuild the Commonwealth. So let's go and meet the folks that live here and take a look around. Okay, just for a change, I thought we would kick things off at night this time, because that is when this place absolutely looks at its best. This is another very cozy one. So this is actually a multi-generational commune. The original founders are no longer with us, but their son is. We'll meet everybody properly and see what they get up to during the daytime. But first off, we'll go and take a little nosy round while this place is looking its absolute coziest. How about that? As you can see, this place is very tidy and really well kept. People here look after it very, very well. Here we've got Nick Valentine just warming his toes. Can he warm his toes? And Tootie the cat. Of course, her full name is Tutti Frutti, but she also has a slight issue with a bit of stinkiness, so that works on two levels. Here we have a painting of the original founders of this place, painted by one of the current residents who we'll meet very soon. And then we've got quite a nicely well-lit landing. Ooh. Okay, this is typical. I thought it smelled of garage on the landing. Oh, Jim. This is Junkie Jim. And he was warned we were coming for a look around, but goodness me. I mean, he looks as if he has had a small tidy up. He's made some effort, but I mean, the man is a mess. He's a brilliant mind, but yeah. In fact, maybe we could keep the oily smell in there for now. And then in here, sleeping soundly, we've got Elvana. And she is our resident artist. She's been an artist since before the war, in fact, and she's had a lot of years of practice. We just light this up and hope we don't wake her. So you can see she's got her technique down to an absolute mastery. She works very methodically. Here's all her supplies. And then in here she's quite welcoming, so she's got a guest bed if anybody wants to come and stay. Or any new residents want to come and move in. And then in here, ooh, we've got Jeff the dog. Clumsy Jeff the dog. Set that right. There we go. How you doing, Jeff? Now, Jeff is a very loved and very well looked after dog. He lives indoors and gets taken for walks in the traditional manner. There's all his stuff. And Jeff shares this room with his owner, Jared. Now, one nice thing we can say about Jared is that he looks after Jeff very, very well. But other than that, he's a little bit of a tart. We'll go into that a little bit more later. Just try not to wake anybody up for now. Okay, shut them all in nice and cozy. Oh, okay. Jared did train Jeff to open doors. He's proud of his new trick. And then here we have Ginger and Roger. Now they are the newest people to join here, so their room's a little bit sparse. Bit of an age gap romance. Again, we'll be telling their story a little bit later on. Yes, we have got lucky that they're actually sound asleep at this point. Alright, one more little peek around in here because it's just, oh, it's so cozy. Okay, we haven't even met the man in charge yet. I think we'd better head down to the greenhouse, have a look at Mary's mute fruit, and meet Hammy. And it was his parents that built the place here.
Yeah?
This is not Hammy, this is Harry. He's our resident Minuteman, who Abe has assigned here to look after these folks. So Hammy and Mary actually prefer to sleep down here. The room that Ginger and Roger currently occupy would once have been theirs, but they used it so infrequently that they didn't mind giving it up. They just find it soothing to sleep down here with the sounds and smells of nature and watch over these beloved plants. And of course we've got Bess the cow. She's a pet at this point. She's put in some hard graft in her life and now she just lives here. We've got some working Brahmin down in the valley. And just finish a little walk through when everything's peaceful and quiet in the night time, but I think now we'll go and borrow that guest bed. And we'll take a look at how things work in the day and meet all of these characters properly. Oh, well rested. So this place has been designed very carefully by Hammy's parents. So each bed is well shielded from anything outside, and these windows all look down, so they're lower down than you might expect. So you've got a really good view all around the house in case there's any danger coming up. Very good visibility from just about all directions. So if the turret system were ever to fail, at least they've got a warning about what's coming. What you up to, Jeff? Are you ready for your walk? There. That makes it really bright and airy up here during the day. Let's take another look at Jim's delightful clutter, shall we? So yeah, he has got a brilliant mind. He's helped with so many inventions since Abe has befriended him, including the generator at the prison, in fact. That was one of his bright ideas. He's exceptional with this kind of stuff, but I mean, he's a bit of a pain to live with. I should think once Ginger and Roger get settled, they'll personalise this a little bit further. This lounge is lovely and bright and airy in the daytime as well. But that cosy glow at night time I think is just unbeatable. So yeah, they've got this nice little reading nook here. They do try to keep themselves fairly well educated. Hello, Tootie. All very clean and tidy and nicely organised. Things get put away here, rubbish gets put in bins, and there's always a steady supply of these delicious mute fruits. Quite a nice neat kitchen as well. Again, very clean and tidy. And a communal dining area where they can come and chill out at the end of a hard day's work. Let's take a look down this way, shall we? Take the back door. Let's just get a look at the architecture here from the outside. That looks quite appealing against a lovely blue sky, doesn't it? So the reason why this place has been so very useful in our efforts to rebuild the Commonwealth... Can we jump this high? Yes. So just beyond, in this valley over there, there was an old lumber yard which Hammy's parents took on. They fixed it all up and got it running again. There's so much wood and trees everywhere around here. Obviously these turrets warn you that there's also a fair few wilderness creatures that could come rolling in. But they've got a fully staffed lumber yard just in the valley beyond. All the people that work there also live there. And at this point, Hammy's decided he just wants to oversee things instead of getting his hands dirty. He was getting a bit of a cough with all the wood dust.
Lost track of how many blisters I got.
Why don't you stop wandering around and go and work on your painting then, you silly lady? Anyway, yeah, Hammy. Yeah, he decided he wanted to retire from the lumber yard. So he'll go down there if there's any problems, but he mostly just likes to spend his time gardening with Mary. Slightly broken water pump here. How are you doing, Bess? So Bess obviously used to help pulling carts full of lumber all over the place wherever they needed to go, but she's put in a lifetime of hard graft and she's earned her retirement as well. In here we have sort of a workshop area. The tools are on a bit of a check-in and check-out system, because things do tend to go missing when Jim gets involved in something. So Roger has been given the task of just making sure everything's in its right place.
I can patch you up if you need it. For a small fee, of course.
Yeah, he likes to think that he's a doctor. Don't ever trust his medical skills. It played a big part in how he and Ginger got together. So what happened was that Ginger was foraging in the valley one day, and she got jumped by mole rats. Roger came riding in on a rat stag, and he patched up her wounds and carried her back to the nearest friendly place, which just happened to be here. He did an alright job at patching up her leg on that occasion. It didn't get infected for once, but he hasn't had too many satisfied patients, that's for sure. What are you up to, Junkie Jim?
Hey, easy living. This ain't.
Oh, he's out here pondering with his thinking wrench, Big Jim. Now, I mean, look at the state of this man. You could have put some clothes on just for this day. He's not really a big fan of clothes. He reckons they suppress his creativity, so,
You know what I call a good day? One that ends without an empty stomach.
There's no risk of going hungry here. Right, let's leave him to his thoughts. Let's go and talk to Jared, shall we? So yeah, Jared is a little bit of a tart. He thinks a little bit too much of himself. This isn't really a bar. It just makes him feel a bit official when he's doing his trading and dealings with the visiting traders that come here. So Jared is absolutely masterful at acquiring things. Nobody quite knows how he does it. He's fairly rich in caps. Not really so much in the communal spirit of this place, but he's able to get some absolutely essential and brilliant things, so I think these people put up with it. Plus they also love Jeff. And then we've got some shipments of Mary's mute fruits that can be taken down to Diamond City Market or taken away by the visiting traders here. Yes, Abe reckons that they taste, with the pre-war knowledge, somewhere between a plum and a blackberry, with the texture something like a pear, apparently. Nicer than you might think. Here is Harry, our resident Minuteman, who Abe has deployed here. They've been so helpful providing all this wonderful timber for all the building projects, so Abe has given them this protection. He also gets to work on this radio tower here, so they're trying to broadcast radio freedom beyond, up to the north into the valley. So any spare time he gets, he's just trying to fix that up and get it working again. He's also brought with him some newfangled high-tech power, which Jim is massively in favour of. Yeah, until recently they were candles only, no electricity. But of course Harry needs it for what he's doing, and Jim's making the most of that too. Valentine's having a good old chill out, isn't he? Elvana has mastered many different styles of art, so she's kept this place really well decorated. She was friends with Hammy's parents, one of the founding members. Somebody's having a lay-in? What's happening here? Are you alive?
I just want to trade a few things.
Oops. Wakey, wakey, sleepy head. What happened there? There's no Mary either. So Hammy has been named for his magnificent cheeks, which are slightly reminiscent of a hamster.
Farming's as honest work gets.
Yeah, you prefer that to woodcutting, don't you? Yeah, Hammy and Mary are husband and wife, living a very happy life here. They actually tied the knot over at 10 Pines, which I think we'll go and visit next time.
Hope you ain't one of them synths here to spy on me.
Alright, Grumpy. Just 'cause Hammy overslept today. You've been overworked.
Yeah?
Very busy with traders today. I think they must be waiting for Jared to conjure up the goods.
Stick to the roads, and you got a better chance of surviving.
Thank you very much. We survive okay. There we go. So that's communal living, wasteland style. Okay, real clock time once again. So this place, I started mucking about here before the prison,
Too many miles on the road.
and then took some time away while I built the prison, and then came back again afterwards. So this was sort of a two-parter. What can we go and have a look at? Yeah, I think as I was building here, I was just beginning to learn how to make the larger pieces go where they didn't really want to. So getting to grips with sort of pillar glitching architecture and stuff like that. The rug here, I think, to just hide the one bit. I mean, I would know now how to patch the hole, but at the time, I could not patch that hole. But yeah, it was interesting. I think I got a better handle on building things while I was here. So this counter up here was slid in with a rug. I sort of built a scaffold and slid it along the rug into the wall. But then when you take that rug away, it drops all the way down to the floor. So that's why there's a shelf underneath it. I don't know, I don't think that looks too bad. And then this was also where I accidentally learned that you could pick things up off of walls. I wanted that shelf to go in there, and I kind of just thought, I wonder. So, felt pretty proud of myself on that one at the time. That will not go in there any which way, apart from with a pillar and a campfire. This was a little nod to the school zone, because when I started off here, I think I'd just seen 1 or 2 videos, like maybe about rugs and pillars and things like that, and then I saw this in I think that one was about lighting, so I just put that in as a little marker to remind myself that's when that took place. Right, so the fireplace, I think, was the proudest moment here. And this was the first kind of mishmash construct that I felt really, really pleased with, apart from, that bothers me so much at the time. The depth perception and everything was such an issue, and I just couldn't face taking it apart and doing it again, if I'm honest. Yeah, I could probably do that much nicer now. But always leave things as they were when I built them. So we've got magazine rack. When you see it from the front, that's just a nice backing to the fire. And of course the filing cabinet chimney. I just didn't like the idea of it all being made of wood. I kind of could imagine that the counters are maybe, would effect, but something fire resistant. It was just nice to have a proper metal backing to it, nice and straight on this side. Yeah, I was very, very pleased with this, and I think I still am. I don't think it's holding up too badly against the other newer stuff. I had changed my mind actually. Originally I had these all with the blue strip clean counters. And then I did change my mind because I just thought it looked a bit too flashy, so we've left those rugs in place from switching out counters. Corner couch, of course, had to be made with rugs. I hadn't figured out at that point that you could raise the rug and then re-drop it to stop the sinking issue, so I, again, didn't mind leaving those cozy rugs in the sitting room here. But yeah, I think really the fireplace is the the best bit. That room is very basic. Jim's room was just fun with junk decorating. And then, this was luck more than judgment, because you can't rug glitch these benches. So I think what I did was just guess roughly how big a bed was, place the benches, and then like slide the bed in on a rug. I just got very, very lucky that it was a lucky guess. That was the first kind of alternative bed I'd ever tried to do. And then this painting. Yeah, I mean, it'd be lovely if there was something with a rounded edge that you could do it with, but so that's just a Vault poster turned around. I can't even select it anymore, it's too sunk in there. But I don't know. It's the closest I could get to an illusion of an artwork in progress. I think with 200 years to practice, you might, you know, just put one mark at a time, work your way down it like that. It's not too unbelievable, is it? Anyway, so now we'll tidy up. Clears everything out. And I think that's another good look round this one. So yeah, next time we will be visiting Ten Pines Bluff, and there's something a little bit special there. It is one of the most recent things I've worked on, so there's going to be quite a jump in quality of build, I should hope. So yeah, we can look forward to that. If you are still here and you've enjoyed it, then please do give it a thumbs up, every little bit helps. If you want to see some more and you haven't already, then do subscribe. Otherwise, until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and it's goodbye on another episode. Bye bye!